the news at this hour, I'm Maya for Wharton. First up,
The Guyana Police Forces issued a wanted bulletin for Juan Allen called Iswi. He is wanted for the murder of his girlfriend, Shawnette Dover. Dover's remains were found in a shallow grave at back of Allen's home in 1 Mile Wisma, Linden today. This was after she mysteriously disappeared on April 3rd. The police cracked the case after arresting her underage sister for questioning, and it was there she told police investigators what transpired and directed the lawmen to where her body was buried. The woman was reportedly shot by the suspect, who along with his father allegedly buried her remains in the yard. Prior to the incident, Allen was on social media appealing for Dover's safe return and claimed he was totally unaware of her whereabouts. In fact, on April 6, 3 days after her disappearance, the 19-year-old suspect said he was willing to pay for information on her whereabouts as he wanted to know that his girlfriend was safe.
Anytime she go anywhere, she sleep out and them thing. She's likely to go by. She mother don't sleep. She don't go nowhere else. I went by the mother said she didn't see Shawnette. So right away, they start, start bringing questions to me. So I start calling the friends. I call her father, I call her brother, the rest of cousins, everybody. Nobody said they didn't see Shawnette. Nobody know where Shawnette is. So we just asking the public, everybody could come out and lend a hand so we could move forward with this and at least find her.
All right, well, that's very clear.
In an interview with Info 10 of Linden, Shawnette's grandmother said it was difficult for them. Neither did they suspect that Allen was involved in her granddaughter's death.
I feel very much hurt. Hurt. It's only God can heal the wound. Right now. Nobody else can heal the wound. Only God, because He knows what we are feeling, what we went through, and what we got to continue to go through because of our absence. I ain't suspect that he would have been involved, but he's involved. I didn't expect that he would do anything that is of this nature. Never ever think that would have happened.
She said she found it strange that her granddaughter was not responding to all the calls, nor did she return a call to them.
And it baffled me that Shawnette has not responded one day in spite of all these things that are going on. And that was the thing that get us worried. We want to know what happened that the phone, you're not getting through to her phone. And neither she's calling us. And just get me worried all the time.
The woman said she would not be surprised if her teenage sister was threatening to keep Shawnette's death a secret.
The little sister never exposed or tell us anything. In spite of what, she didn't say anything. So to my knowledge is that she was threatened. And so she kept it as a secret.
Londoners flocked the scene as word spread of the gruesome discovery. Shawnette was 21 years old.
Some hire car drivers on the quarantine of Berbice are demanding a 50% increase in fares from Rosal to New Amsterdam. This, the drivers said, is as a result of the rise in fuel costs and spare parts, which have placed an added burden on their pockets.
For the longest while, New Amsterdam to Rosal, the fare stuck at $200. Gas price up, spare parts up, commodities in the supermarket up, and we're finding it difficult right now to continue along this path. We're therefore asking that the fare be increased from $200 to $300, taking 4 passengers along the road.
Rice, everything gone up, flour, sugar, oil, everything gone up. Right now in this country. First a pound of milk was $4.20. That two milk just come $400. Now it's gone to $520. Let me tell you something. Since PPP come in this country, everything gone up. Since they come in, back power, everything gone up. And the weather started developing this country with. Weather development there. Nothing is happening in Berbice. Everything that's happening in Georgetown. Like Georgetown alone people live in. And Georgetown alone tourism guy in. What with Berbice? What with the rest of the other three countries? The other two more. It is the Guyana developed 3 countries. You have to cover them around Berbice. You have 10 regions. Why the rest of the region can't develop? Only Georgetown that. You know what here now? The Mexican is bankrupt. From Georgetown to Mary. You know what here now? And it didn't answer now. Now the guy in. So, make a 4-lane road somewhere and the rest can't maintain a 2-lane. They can't maintain a 2-lane. For all these years, they're doing that. The public road is okay. Going in them cross streets where we hire car drivers have to drive around, but take people, take passengers, and see the cross streets them, how they bad. When you go there, you go in a cross street for $100, right? If you got a puncture in there, when you come out back for the tire shop, it's $300 for plug it. Right? So you go in your bus a tire, how much a tire? For second-hand tire, we used to get it for $3,500. Now we're getting $6,500, $6,000. Right? We used to buy island filter for $5,500. I used to sell straight $50. That was $5,500. Now we got $6,000 something dollars.
Gasoline raise, and we bring in oil in this country. So why we passage was so expensive? The bridge, they said 10 years that they gonna slack the passage over Borby's Bridge, and nothing doing up to now. We got to pay $400 to come over here. Then you got to pay to go to work. What really going on in this country, right? That you want to tell them that everything is raised every day, and we get in island, we get in everything, gold mine and everything we have.
So asking the public to support us with the $300 raise. The gas price has risen drastically for the past couple of months, and the fare has been $200 for the past 24 years, and nothing has been done about it.
The drivers are also contending that the prices for basic commodities are increasing at shops and markets in the region.
And everything I raise, parts, everything I raise in this country, and for maintain a vehicle in easy. And we want the share drop to the share drop, price must raise $140 for share drop.
This is Melissa Khan for News and Dove.
Family violence is violence directed at another family member.
It can be physical, verbal, sexual, and more. Family violence leads to despair, destruction, and death.
It can happen to both men and especially women from any background. Children are especially vulnerable. And the stress and isolation due to the COVID-19 pandemic can increase family violence. Family violence is illegal in Guyana. If you or someone you know is experiencing gender-based violence, family-based violence, or sexual harassment, contact the Women and Gender Equality Commission at 231-5276 or 231-5298.
Or put an anonymous note in the post office boxes at the Guyana Human Rights Commission Building, the Guyana Post Office Corporation, the National Library, the Georgetown Public Hospital, and the University of Guyana.
Range. Iman Cosmetics is for every woman and features a line of skincare products and cosmetics including 16 foundation shades, powder, concealer, lipstick, blush, eyeshadow, highlighter, and BB cream. Visit us at Lot 75 Swamp Section, Rosal Town. That's behind the market. Or call 337-4422 or 688-9249. Shh.
Of a JP, then call the Alistair Collins firm on 649-6410. They are located on Lamaha Street between Camp and Waterloo in the Kalan Mall. Call them today and experience service unlike any other.
Schools across the country are to remain closed for the month of May, given the rising coronavirus infections. Minister of Education Priya Manikchand made the announcement on Thursday.
For the month of May, we have been advised that at this point, given the numbers of both COVID infections as well as the rate of the vaccination process, that we will stay closed except for the classrooms that have already been open and have already returned to school. So for the month of May, schools in Guyana will stay closed except for those classrooms that have already been reopened and have already been going back to school. At the end of May, I'm going to let you know what we will do in June.
The minister is encouraging persons to take the COVID-19 vaccine, particularly teachers and parents.
But I want you all again to know that if you have an interest in having our schools open, then you have to have an interest in making sure as many people as you can take the vaccine, because that's the only way we're going to change the picture of COVID. If you want to see your kids back in a classroom and you think that's good for them, then you need to take the vaccine as parents. If as teachers you're concerned about your children being out of school for so long, you need to take the vaccine as teachers. And so I'm appealing to all to let sense prevail and to use the opportunity provided by this government to get vaccinated. I will brief you again at the end of May, as to, unless we have information before then, about what we are going to do regarding schooling in June.
She said that there are concerns about the slowness of some communities and interest groups to get vaccinated. The news is powered by Royce and Drake's production. For these and other stories, do visit our website at www.rdproductiongy.com.